BitConnect, a well-known cryptocurrency investment platform that was introduced in 2016, was infamous for being one of the largest Ponzi schemes in the sector. By offering investors returns as high as 40% through a loan scheme that allegedly used a trading bot, it drew in about $3.5 billion in investments. However, the scam failed in January 2018 while under regulatory investigation, highlighting the risks of unregulated cryptocurrency investments and leaving many investors with severe losses. The plan relied on fresh funds to pay returns to previous investors. Let's get started. Founded in 2016 as a cryptocurrency investment platform, BitConnect soon gained notoriety for its dishonest business methods and was eventually dubbed one of the biggest Ponzi scams in the Bitcoin industry. The platform was attractive because it promised big returns through a lending program that said it used a proprietary trading bot that could profit from the volatility of the price of Bitcoin. BitConnect gathered an estimated $3.5 billion from investors worldwide in a few years, attracting hundreds of people who wanted to profit from the rising cryptocurrency industry. Since many people were looking for quick money without fully comprehending the hazards involved, the explosive growth of Bitcoin and other altcoins during this time made the environment ideal for exploitation. BitConnect's business model, however, was essentially unsustainable. It depended on a steady stream of new investors to pay returns to previous participants, giving the impression of profitability that eventually vanished as fresh contributions dried up. Numerous investors suffered large losses as a result of BitConnect's sudden shutdown in January 2018, which also served as a clear warning about the risks associated with unregulated cryptocurrency investment schemes. A loan scheme that enabled users to convert their Bitcoin into BitConnect Coin BCC and subsequently lend to the network was the foundation of BitConnect business model. In some ads, investors were promised enormous profits, with monthly gains as high as 40%. The purpose of this investment mechanism was to establish a cycle in which the money donated by new participants, rather than from any legal trading activity, provided rewards to previous investors. Because Ponzi schemes rely on a steady stream of new investors to maintain payouts, the structure was fundamentally faulty. Existing investors got returns as long as fresh capital entered the system, giving the impression that it was successful and profitable. This approach, however, is unsustainable. It breaks down when hiring slows down or ceases completely, as happened with BitConnect, when investor confidence declined and regulatory scrutiny increased. Many investors were unable to retrieve their money when BitConnect abruptly ended its loan program in January 2018, causing widespread financial ruin and underscoring the dangers of investing in schemes that guarantee irrational profits. Potential investors ought to have been extremely concerned about BitConnect's extreme lack of openness. BitConnect fails to give any reliable documentation or transparent information about its operations, in contrast to respectable cryptocurrency projects that usually release comprehensive white papers detailing their business models, technologies, and operational plans. This lack of transparency also extended to its claims about the volatility software and trading bot it allegedly utilized to make money. No credible proof was offered to back up these claims. Furthermore, BitConnect was able to avoid scrutiny and accountability for its conduct because it did not operate under regulatory oversight or register with financial authorities. Its dishonest character and fraudulent operations were aided by the absence of precise information regarding the management of investments and profits. In addition to misleading investors, this opacity fostered an atmosphere that discouraged skepticism and due diligence, which ultimately caused many people to make sizable investments without fully comprehending the risks or doubting the operation's validity. BitConnect used aggressive marketing tactics, such as testimonials from people who claimed to have made large gains and endorsements from social media celebrities who were frequently paid to promote the platform to draw in and keep investors. A lot of influencers portrayed themselves as profitable traders or investors who had made a lot of money with BitConnect, which increased the platform's legitimacy in the eyes of prospective users. By taking advantage of psychological elements like FOMO, fear of missing out, these marketing strategies persuaded people to make significant financial investments based more on emotional appeal than on careful consideration or logical analysis. BitConnect was able to swiftly and efficiently reach a large audience through the usage of social media platforms, which created a sense of urgency around investment offers that were too good to ignore. Furthermore, BitConnect hosted conferences and events where promoters displayed their purported achievements and urged others to join, creating a sense of community that made it challenging for anyone to doubt the operation's credibility. BitConnect's success prior to its unavoidable demise was greatly aided by this manipulation of public opinion, which was essential in attracting and keeping a large number of players. BitConnect's fraudulent activities started to come apart as regulatory scrutiny grew as a result of an increase in investor complaints about scams involving cryptocurrencies and heightened media coverage of these schemes. The founder of BitConnect, Satish Kumbhani, was charged by US authorities in February 2022 with a number of crimes, including conspiracy to conduct wire fraud and international money laundering. This significant indictment reflects the scope and impact of his acts on innumerable victims. Kumbhani risks harsh punishments that could include decades in prison if found guilty. In addition, Glenn Arcaro, one of the primary promoters who helped market BitConnect in the US, entered a guilty plea to federal charges pertaining to his role in the scheme and was given a sentence of 38 months in prison with a commitment to reimburse victims around $24 million. These legal actions serve as a reminder to others in the cryptocurrency field about the possible penalties of engaging in similar acts, in addition to highlighting the substantial consequences experienced by those who planned and promoted fraudulent investment schemes. Furthermore, these changes forced authorities around the world to examine cryptocurrency activities more closely, which sparked calls for stronger laws to shield investors from scams of this nature. US officials took important legal actions, including confiscating more than $56 million worth of cryptocurrencies connected to the BitConnect scam, in an attempt to compensate victims. One of the biggest recoveries in a cryptocurrency fraud case, this seizure showed how law enforcement is dedicated to punishing offenders while working to make up for the losses suffered by duped investors. In order to ensure fairness and transparency in restitution efforts, a number of legal actions must be navigated during the complicated process of allocating these seized assets. Even if the total number of claims far outweighs the available assets, this case is a significant step toward justice for those affected by BitConnect's fraudulent activities, even though not all victims may receive full recompense for their losses. It also reflects broader global efforts by law enforcement agencies and authorities to stop financial fraud in the rapidly evolving cryptocurrency business. Asset seizures serve as a deterrent to wrongdoers and a glimmer of hope for those seeking justice, because victims of these frauds often feel powerless. Impact on investors. Due to their erroneous faith in BitConnect's claims of large profits with no risk, many investors lost their whole life savings as the platform collapsed. The consequences of this hoax were a clear warning of the dangers that come with high-yield investment schemes in the cryptocurrency market, particularly ones that are opaque and unregulated. After BitConnect's downfall, many investors became more cautious about where they put their money, emphasizing careful study before participating in any financial opportunity that promised unrealistic returns or lacked reliable support. Calls for more industry rules and improved investor education surrounding cryptocurrency investments have surged in response to this occurrence, which aims to shield people from future fraud schemes of this kind. Additionally, it has caused many prospective investors to take a more critical stance toward investment opportunities that are offered online or through social media platforms, underscoring a crucial shift toward increased skepticism and well-informed decision-making in an increasingly complicated financial environment that is full of risks as well as opportunities. The BitConnect fraud is a clear illustration of the risks connected to cryptocurrency high-yield investment schemes. The lessons from BitConnect highlight the value of being vigilant and conducting due diligence while exploring investment opportunities as the Bitcoin market continues to change. If you liked our video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel.